So I will start with this graph. It shows you something that you are familiar with. It is the amount of traffic and amount of packets per second. It shows the graph from 5 a.m. In the morning to 8, 9 a.m. in the morning. Traffic grows because people are waking up, listening to radio on the breakfast, listening to podcast on their trip to work. Nothing unusual with that. So if I zoom out and I will select, I will look at the few hours after that. And now you can see in here something happened. You would not be able to see that in Zabbix. Yeah, there is some shift, there is some change, but Zabbix is not going to fire any trigger for that. The change is too small for that. But here on the right side, it is actually much more interesting. These numbers you are not able to see in Zabbix or if you log into the device. It is number of connections, number of flows per second, and number of IP pairs, source and destination communicating pairs. And as you can see that normally it is around 5,000 connections per second. For your network, it might be 10,000, it doesn't matter. But all of a sudden, you can see it wasn't 5,000, but 80,000. It grew up 40 times. So it's definitely anomaly. This part is definitely anomaly. What I do next for the troubleshooting, I simply zoom in into anomaly because I want to analyze it. I want to see what kind of interactions were present in the network during this anomaly, during when it was happening. And I will scroll down and see analysis of the data along different dimensions. So here you can see split according to source country, origin of the traffic. Already here we can see some anomaly. The ISP for which data I'm demonstrating on it was from Czech Republic. So most of the traffic normally is from Czechia or United States. That's the normal situation. But all of a sudden, most of the traffic comes from Netherlands. But we can look even further. We can look at the source autonomous systems from which other peering partners comes the traffic. And in this case, it comes from AS situated in Netherlands, or at least the headquarters. Most of the connections, not actually the traffic. That was the tricky part. The traffic actually went down during the anomaly, during the attack, but the number of connections jumped 40 times. And most of them come from this AS. Next step within the analysis would be filter out traffic from just this autonomous system. So this is number of this AS number, as you know it. So now I filter out just traffic from this AS. You would not be able to do this operation to filter out just traffic from this AS on any other of your monitoring tools and do it in real time. And now we are looking at the traffic during 80 connections per second. So we are filtering out through hundreds of millions of records. And you see, I am doing it in real time. And here I can see analysis of what were the top source IP addresses. And here are 4 of them, which cover majority of these connections in millions of connections, 30 minutes of anomaly. They made millions of connections. And these are top destination IP addresses. You can see they went through the whole prefix IP range of the ISP one by one, or randomizedly one by one. And with each of them, they attempt to do 44,000 connections. At this point, I know who attacked me. I know exactly who attacked me and how I can mitigate the attack.